heartburn, not for immediate relief.
If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes, you need a new start. Our New Start program will stop collection efforts, remove any liens the IRS has in place, and help you reduce your back taxes by as much as 80%. That's right, 80%. Call 1-800-312-9970. Let the professionals at Coast One Financial Group fight to get you the new start you deserve. If you owe at least $10,000 to the IRS and need a new start on your back taxes, call 1-800-312-9970.
Hi, Harry Lance from Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
I had cancer for the first time. I have bipolar disorder. I was hit by a car. I have a rare disease. I have Down syndrome. Children's healthcare in the United States is severely underfunded. We can't wait while the debate over a funding solution continues.
Kids can't wait. Give to the Children's Miracle Network Hospital's COVID-19 Impact Fund. Text CHILD to 51555. CHILD to 51555.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward. That's why we're offering powerful and reliable internet and voice. Now for only $35 each a month when you buy both and sign up for EcoBill and AutoPay with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on. Stay connected with 24/7 support and thrive. Flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Comcast Business. Offer ends 8/21/2020. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits internet and one voice mobility line. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay required. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra. Subject to change.
I have great news for all the 97.1 listeners that have been self-conscious about their hair loss over the last 3 months. Michigan's #1 hair restoration specialist, Dr. Wilkins from Michigan Hair Restoration, is now accepting in-person appointments. And in case you haven't seen the social videos, Dr. B is taking extreme precautions to make the office clean and safe. The office is cleaned several times per day, including vlogging, and all staff and patients will be required to wear masks. The reception area will remain closed so you can stay safe in your
because I saw. And then in the back, I shot like a 52 or something like that.
Yeah, because
it was because of these older women.
Because if you have a bad shot, you have to sit around and wait and you stew more. You know what I mean?
See, you get it. You understand it.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Look,
smart.
there's nothing wrong with being bad. It's just being bad and slow. It's very frustrating.
Right.
But I believe this is on you more than them.
No.
They didn't know any better. They didn't know any better. You can ask them.
What do you mean they didn't know any better? They're older than me. They've probably been playing golf longer than me.
If they're that
you know,
bad,
when somebody's up your tush, you gotta let them by.
If they're that bad, they probably didn't know any better. Brandon and Ferndale, you're at 97 on the ticket.
What do you say, Brandon?
Hey, Rick, you're hilarious, man. So, I understand the stewing part. I've been in your boat a million times. See, you're both half right here. So, what should have happened is ladies, after a couple holes, realizing you're on the dupa, that they need to call you through. When they don't wave you through at that point, after 2 holes, when you get to a bend or an obvious stop, you send one of your members up and ask to go.
See, you make good sense. The problem is, I'm so non-confrontational, especially with a bunch of beautiful older women. You know what I mean? Like, if it was a bunch of guys, I feel I'd be like, hey, fellas, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's Brandon. There's a ticket text that has this right, Riggs. You should have either called the course starter and tell them they're playing slow. That's what you should have done. Or just skip a hole and go to the next one.
I mean, that's not a bad idea. I did ask the cart girl if she would ask them for me, but she didn't want to do that. And there was this ticket text at 248-539-9797, Stoney. It says, Jeff was afraid to get Karen. No, I wasn't going to be a jerk about it. I wasn't going to ask that. I wasn't going to go up to them and say, hey, ladies, can you please put on your masks? I wasn't going to say that. I was just going to say, do you mind if me and my lovable, good-hearted friends go by you?
Rule of thumb, if it involves Jeff Rager, it's always on him. That's from Tony. Next time, make friends with the one named Blanche. She's a real firecracker. That will piss off Dorothy, and she'll let you play through. That's from Mike and Jackson.
I bet you if Rose was there, she would have let us play through.
Exactly.
She was the nicest one.
Right.
She'd be interested in me. But Blanche was always interested in the younger guys.
Matt listening in Vegas on a golf course as we speak. Wow, it's 5:54 in Vegas. People who don't concede putts, people who take it too seriously annoy me. You know, conceding putts, I agree with, especially if there's people behind you. But, you know, you do need to practice those little putts if you're going to play no matches. I can attest.
But Stoney as well, if there's money on the line.
Right.
Sometimes just to be a jerk, you want to make your buddy make that putt.
Oh, if there's money on the line,
yeah, and sometimes they miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I usually miss it.
It's up to you to ask to pass. They might have assumed you were not being held up. That's exactly the point. Bill in St. Clair.
Self-aware enough. They knew how.
Good morning.
Hi, Bill.
How are you this morning? Listen, I have no patience for pro golfers. I would have sat there for about 3 minutes. I would have gotten the cart. I would have blown up to the second hole and taken off from there. And if it took them a half an hour, there'd be no problem. And then go back and play the first hole when you're done. So that would. I have no patience. So
that's a
great idea.
Riggs, that's what you should do next time. No doubt about it. Somebody else in the ticket text says, surprise Dan the man didn't take 1 or 2 of the old birds out to the 19th hole.
I think they did. I think he disappeared for a while, so I think maybe he was on a date. I mean, we all know his love for my mother.
Yeah.
So these women were about my mother's age, I feel. Maybe a little younger.
You shouldn't even have to go up to them. If you need to play through, there should have been a couple of times you were on the same tee as them. Then you have a nice conversation. You're going out of your way to make it a point that they were older and that they were women.
Yeah, I hear you.
You'll just learn. You'll learn from this, Riggs. It's a learning experience. You'll know next time what to do.
I mean, I guess. Until the next time rolls around, and once again, I'm soft and I don't ask. By the way, Stoney, there's this ticket text, and it simply says, does Gator owe Rieger Chipotle? And when Gator comes out for the crosstown, the answer is yes. Mm-hmm. And I just want to make sure you agree. So I beat Leach on the front 9 for $25, okay?
Right.
And then we tied on the back 9, meaning I won money off him, so that means I won the bet. That means Gator owes me Chipotle.
Well,
correct?
did you have just two bets, or did you have a bet on each and an overall bet?
No, Leach and I just had two. And I won one of the bets, and we pushed.
Oh, so you won.
So I won.
You won.
Yeah. Gator better bring it.
Craig in Farmington, you're 97.
Guys, good morning. Thanks for taking the call. I play a ton of golf as a single, and it's that backed up. Jeff, take a deep breath. Pretend you're in the U.S. Open. Do whatever, and just try to concentrate on your game. Just be a man. But by the way, to give you a little love, you and Leach have let me through loads of times. So
Ooh.
that's the way I look at it. Later on.
Yeah, what courses? What courses? He's gone. See, look about that.
Well, exactly. So you did the
See, we're
right
good
thing.
golfers.
Yes.
Oh, we always let people through. We're very, I'm very conscious of it. I see somebody, I'm like, you want to pass us?
Especially,
They say no.
especially if, like, you're a foursome and there's like a twosome or even a threesome behind you who are playing or pretty good or playing at a pace. I'd rather them go. I don't want people up my, It makes it more enjoyable. You don't have to worry about holding people up.
Right, it makes
But
it
I'm
more
not slow
enjoyable.
anyway. I'm a fast, bad player. You get behind these guys who take, like, Barry Sanders could be the slowest golfer I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He takes
Plays in
like
Copper Creek.
he takes tons of like practice swings, and then he takes practice swings before the practice swings. He's so deliberate; it's absurd.
I will say this, Stoney. I might be like that too. I have this whole preamble ritual, and it doesn't really help me. But sometimes I just can't hit the freak ball. Sometimes I gotta wiggle, I gotta waddle, I gotta do my thing, and then get set. And then sometimes it doesn't feel right, so you do it again. And next thing you know, you've been there for like, I don't know, a minute, and you're Sergio Garcia. So I gotta work on that myself.
You never want to be Sergio Garcia because he's the one guy I never want to see win another tournament.
Yeah,
Can't
too slow.
stand. Rieger, how many expletives did you scream at these elderly ladies?
No, none. However, par 3, elevated tee box. It looked like such an easy freaking hole. Like 140, 150, pin to the right. I'm like, wow, this is so easy. And I shanked my ball and I yelled out something I could not repeat on the radio. And then I realized that a bunch of guys were looking, and I apologized to everybody.
But the old ladies couldn't hear you?
No, they were already on to the next one.
Oh, so they weren't that slow.
No, after we waited 20 minutes for that.
Lord, unbelievable. Final one, was there a course ranger or a clubhouse?
No, there was no course ranger. There was a cart lady that was serving up the alcohol. That was it.
How many drinks did you get?
Oh, I just said when you're playing for money, Stoney.
Yes, I
Save
understand.
the drinking for later.
97 won the ticket.
When big things happen in Detroit sports, you hear it first on Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket. Breaking news powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by Pennzoil. More oils from natural gas. The proof is in the Pennzoil. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A Radio.com sports station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk, this is 97.1 The Ticket.
This update is brought to you by SoldByMarkZ.com. Let's open with the Tigers, who closed out the exhibition season with a 2-1 loss to the Reds last night in Cincinnati. Despite the loss, pretty good night for starter Michael Fulmer. He would give up just 2 hits while striking out 4 over 2 innings.
I'm ahead of where I thought I'd feel and be as far as pitchability. With the field pitches, slider, curveball, changeup, fastball command was better than I expected today. Just kind of from a little adrenaline rush and facing another team for the first time. But again, it's the first game for me.
Manager Ron Gardenhire confirmed Fulmer will be a part of the Tigers' starting rotation for the upcoming season, which begins tomorrow night in Cincinnati. According to a story from the MLB Network, officials with Major League Baseball and its players union reportedly are discussing a plan that would expand this year's playoff field from 10 to 16 teams. Kind of weird timing on this one, since the 2020 season is set to officially open tonight. In an email to season ticket holders that was sent out yesterday, Detroit Lions officials say that they anticipate reduced seating capacity at Ford Field this year with socially distanced seating because of the coronavirus. In addition, the NFL confirms yesterday that fans who are able to attend games this fall must wear face masks in an effort to limit the spread of the virus. Officials at Michigan State announced in a release last night they've stopped all on-campus workouts for the Spartans football team indefinitely after a staff member recently tested positive for the coronavirus. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Jamie and Stoney on 97.1 The Ticket.
Good morning, everyone. It is the Jamie and Stoney Show once again. Jeff Rieger in for Jamie. Heather Park is here. Greg Hargrave running the ship. What's up, everyone?
Hey guys.
How are you?
Good.
It's a wonderful day. Although we'll really start to celebrate it tomorrow because the Tigers get going.
Exactly.
But Real Team Sports is back tonight. Woohoo! Baseball is back. And Jeff Rieger very happy about watching the Garrett Cole, Max Scherzer matchup tonight in Washington with Anthony Fauci throwing out the first ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Will he be wearing a mask?
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Of course
Yes.
he will.